Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance, and you are looking at player Joper JM, and he's a member of What Arty Noobs, and he's playing this battle in the Bat Châtillon 155-55, and we're on the north spawn of Erlenberg, and battle's about to commence. And he's off, and he's headed east. Now, as many of you know, the Bat Chat 155-55 is the Tier 9 French SPG. It has a 155mm gun and can fire over the entire range of the battlefield. And like most French arties, it's fairly fast. He's moving at quite some speed towards those trees. And it's got a traversable turret, which makes it a lot easier for him to hit lots of targets without moving the vehicle, without getting lots of reticule bloom. Okay, he's gone into the trees. Now this is an assault battle, so there's only 10 minutes on the clock. In fact, there's only 9 minutes left now, so the enemy needs to get a move on if they're going to succeed. Okay, there's only a couple of tanks from Joper's team have gone over to the west side. I think they're just trying to delay them a little on that side. The T-20's found the IS, and the AMX 1390 that passed Joper earlier is pulling back towards the cap. Okay, he's aiming over where he thinks the enemy Arty might be. These bushes behind the hill, behind the Magic Bush Hill, and behind the castle. Now he's looking for tracer that might come from the Arty. No, he's gone back to it again. Let's have a look. See, if you turn off the V key, you can sometimes see the tracer a lot more clearer. On assaults, this is where the enemy Arty tends to go, because that way they can help their team as they go up the west flank. Can't see any tracer. You have to sort of like do a quick scan. But you also have to remember, you can't ignore the rest of the battlefield for too long, because if you do, you might let your team down. So I think, yes, Joper's decided that the best thing he can do, instead of going counter battery, he's now going to look for the enemy team as they're approaching the cap. And yes, they have got all the way to the cap, and he's targeting a T-69 under the bushes. A3 rounds out. Ali gets a lovely critical hit there. Yes, 295 hit points from a direct hit. Now he's aiming for that lurver that crossed the bridge. He's halfway through his load cycle. He's getting a nice tight reticule, so he should get a direct hit. That lurver's been tracked. He is tracked. He can get an easy kill here. If he can get it in. Oh, he won't get a kill, but oh, it's a direct hit. 137 hit points, but he's got some stun. He's picking up stun assist. Lots of stun assist. Lots and lots of stun assists, huge amounts. So that shot really did help, and the lurver's gone down. It's been taken out. So that was a great shot there. Well placed by Joper. It's actually helped him a great deal. Helped his team a great deal. Because whilst that lurver was stunned, he was unable to defend himself properly. Now he's fired around in there anyway to try and get that T-29, and he's moving. He's relocating himself just in case the enemy Arty's watching. He doesn't want the enemy Arty to do to him what he was trying to do to the enemy Arty a short while ago. There's only one Arty on the enemy team, but he still wants to make sure that M53-55 doesn't get him. Okay, he's relocating back a little to get behind cover. He's also trying to get a better angle on that T-29. Okay, it's into the open. It's about to cross the bridge. Oh, there's a T-69 crossing the bridge there, but he's got across already. Oh, but he killed the T-29. What a shot. 131 hit points. Wiped out that T-29 on the bridge. Wow, that was a good shot. And that, yeah, that T-69 that crossed the bridge in a hurry has been taken out by the rest of Joper's team. So that was a big mistake for him to rush in the way he did. No, can't see any over there, but he's fired around into those bushes anyway on the off chance that there was somebody in those bushes still, possibly the KV-5 or the T-34-100 that were further down the west flank. And he's now looking in the northwest corner, or what they call the corner of fail on this map, because he thinks the enemy Arty is going to relocate to this area. Obviously, he can't spot tanks that far. No member of his team can spot tanks that far, but he can see the tracer of an enemy Arty if the enemy Arty has gone round there, and that is where the enemy Arty might be likely to go if that flank was completely undefended by Jopa's team. So he's looking for that tracer. In fact, very few of the enemy can be seen at the moment. They seem to be hiding on the west side of the map, and there's only 4.5 minutes left on the clock. It doesn't look as if they're going to succeed. They're taking things too slowly, too cautiously. Now you can see a T-34-100 in the castle grounds, in the castle area at F2. I think he's going to ignore this Arty hunt. Yeah, he's going after that T-34 now. Unfortunately, he's lost sight of it now, and there's a T-29 further down. You can see that, and a T-28 prototype. And that T-28's just fired, but he's behind the rubble, so Jopa can get him, even though his teammates can't. Rounds out. Ah, lovely hit there. It was a splash, but 252 hit points, 2 critical hits. So that's a lovely addition to his total. And you can still hit it. It's still stunned. Whilst it stuns, it's going to be very reluctant to poke his nose forward and try and shoot at his friends. But he did. But let's see if Jopa can put another round into him. Rounds out. Aim just ahead of where it was travelling. Ah, this time he got a direct hit. 286 hit points. And the enemy still can't be seen. An AMX 1390 on Jopa's team has gone all the way to the south, but can't find anyone. Now we've got an RU-251 hiding behind the building, so we can't hit it from here. It's Arty safe. That's a non-destructible building. And we can see the T-34-100 is making a run over towards the bridge, but he's been tracked. Jopa fires. And he gets a near miss, a splash. 276 hit points of splash. That's a lot. And the stun. And if he gets hit by the... Yes, he's been hit, so he's picking up stun assist. Lots of it. He's trying to get the load in. If he can get another shot into that T-34. It's almost ready. Oh, it's been killed. So there's still 7 tanks left on the enemy team, but there's only 2.5 minutes left to go. If they don't get a move on, they're not going to win. Aim for that T-28 prototype, just ahead of where it's travelling. That's right there. And he shoots. Rounds out. Direct hit, kills it. 183 hit points. Wonderful shot. Perfect. Lined it up. The tank walked into the shell and just blew up. Okay, he's got an IS out in the open. He's marked his target with his T key. That's the 1-2 minute warning there. He's almost loaded, almost ready to go. Gone to overhead view, rounds out. Direct hit. 212 hit points, and he's picking up masses of stun assist here as well on top of that. This is the great thing about the stun mechanic. It does allow now for the Arty to be a real help to the team by stunning these tanks, by immobilizing, by letting their teammates take advantage of the stun, and it forces the enemy to use their med kits or their first aid kits to repair to unstun their crew, to get out of the way before they're hit again. Okay, it's after that T-29. It's going to be shooting over the top of the house, next to the ruined building. He can get the round in, round out. Direct hit again. 273 hit points, 3 critical hits. Lovely. Okay, there's a KV-5 moving up, using the buildings as cover. It's being hit. And let's see, it's very difficult hit here because it's right next door to that building. If Jopa fires, it's probably going to hit the side of the building. And the clock's ticking. There's less than a minute to go now. 50 seconds. He fires a round in anyway, blindly. And he kills the Su-152! What a shot! That's amazing! How the hell did that happen? He got the Su-152. Almost a blind shot. Almost like, oh, let God guide that shell to its target. Wow. Amazing shot. KV5. Let's see if he can get the round in here. He fires. Rounds out. Hits the side of the building. But the stun and the splash is enough. He's getting stun assist. Lots of stun assist here. So, yep, that's really helping. And there's only 2 enemies left. In fact, the only tank left on the enemy team is the enemy Arty, the enemy M5355. And he was where Joper thought he was, but he's been killed. So that's it. They've won the battle, and the clocks just run out just as they win the battle. So what a result. And it's an ace tanker for Joper JM. He was an accomplished player in this tank, but another ace tanker for him. He also got a bruiser medal for scoring at least 5 critical hits, module damages or crew incapacitations. And he picked up a Confederate because he hit more enemy than anyone else on his team. At least 6 tanks that were subsequently destroyed by other team members. So that's a great result as well on top of that. If we look at the scores, he scored the most damage. He got 2,385 hit points of damage on his team. It's the most. He scored the joint top number of kills with 3. Some of those were lovely shots, especially that SU-152. How I managed to do that, I'll have to look at the replay later because I can't work out how he did that. But anyway, and he scored the highest base XP, which is 1,203 XP. And that's a lot. That's a hell of a lot. So well done on that too. If we look at the detailed report, he fired 14 rounds in total, 7 direct hits, 7 penetration, 5 splash, damage of 2,385 hit points, all at more than 300 meters. He damaged 9 of the enemy. He destroyed 3 of them. He also managed to pick up 3,662 of splash damage, not splash damage, rather damage caused by stun. And he did 9 stuns in total. He was picking up stun all over the place. Joper has a premium account, so he earned 53,312 credits for that battle. And after deductions for his ammunition, he walks away with 37,632 credits. That's a lovely total. He received 1,805 XP on a premium count, ×2 for the first victory of the day, and a personal reserves bonus as well on top of that. And he walks away with 5,415 experience points in total. So lovely battle there, Joper. I'm going to really have to look at that replay again because I don't know how you managed to wipe out that SU-152 the way you did. But yeah, amazing shot and a great battle. If you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel. And hopefully I will see you in the next replay.